Today's video is an excerpt from another video I was making on measuring the intolerance in a scroll chuck. So in order for that video not to be over a half hour long, let's go back in time a bit where we start with a fully dismantled, low to mid quality 5-inch 3-jaw scroll chuck. Thoroughly clean it, thoroughly lubricate it, and then reassemble it, all while inversely learning how one comes apart. If none of this is new to you, feel free to watch the next video in the series. But in the meantime, enjoy. Just using brass. You can see these all have that one doesn't have it, but they have burrs on them on this inner channel. But I don't think it matters too much with how it's oriented. Yeah, I don't think that matters too much. So if we're getting down in here, just to clean this out, we're not going to put this in a drill, but you can get these little end brushes with the hex end. You do want to be careful because there's a machined face that this machined face mates up to as this turns, so you don't want to scratch the heck out of everything. And I've got one of these little hex adapter things. You do, of course, need to clean out your guides there. For the top section, just use your brass again. So you switch out this. I happen to have one of these kits. Sorry. Just grab a wire brush that kind of fits just in there. That should be good. And from experience, it's probably a good idea to do this first before you even use the thing. Spray a little of the excess off. Spray it all towards the center. And it probably wouldn't be the worst idea to take some compressed air and just blow everything out best you can. Clean your little spider gears off if you want. They don't really collect a whole lot. Alright, everything's dried off. Using WD Specialist Dry Lube, obviously we can all read. This other one has a ball in there. This one doesn't, so I don't know. Alright, so I am likely going to put too much in here. I'm just going to kind of wing it. So as you can see, our chuck is face down. We have our scroll and our gear. Scroll's on one side, gear's on the back side. Go ahead and we'll lube this too. Some of you are probably shaking your heads up, might be adding way too much. I don't know, I guess I will be wearing it later. I'll just stand out of the way. I know. It's probably too much. Make sure you get some on this race. The scroll face goes downwards like this, so you are left with looking at the gear. It's kind of hard to support it with your hand. You don't want it to slam down. It doesn't matter too much. Alright, so same thing, scroll face down into the chuck and support it a little bit with your fingers. It's of course very stubborn, no matter how careful you are. Oh, you see how easy it went in that time? I did very little different, but so as you can see, when I flip it over, it's going to look something like that. It's a lot smoother than it was. And for good measure, throw a little bit in the corners where that machined race is. Alright, so your next pieces, it doesn't matter the orientation of these. They go in just like this. They slip right in. It doesn't matter which one goes where. I don't think yours is going to be marked specifically. So same thing, go ahead and throw a little bit of lube on these. Not that it matters. I mean, you can just put it in first. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You might have noticed there's these little holes. They line right up to the holes. And that's it. It's as simple as that. This particular chuck, you have these 3 weird looking pins with threads on them and Phillips heads. They go in these holes right here. You'll notice when you put them in, it will walk the gear out a little bit to where it falls into the slot it wants to be in. I'll show you on this one. That's the slot it's falling into. Again, this is a super simple design. Go ahead and tighten them up. All mine were loose, so I'm just going to snug them. Yeah, mine were all loose and backed out to the face of this. So as you can see, when you put your tool in, it turns like that. It goes in or out. It's as simple as that. So if you're like me, you're going to go ahead and add even more lube because why not? It's a bit much, but I don't care. And then you have this black piece, which I'm going to wipe this off. This piece just goes in there like that, and that's really it. Now we'll put our jaws in here next, but we'll go ahead and tighten up the back of this. All right. You can barely see right here. There is a 2. And right here, there is a 3. And right here, there is really just a casting number. You would expect to see a 1, but we know there's only 3 jaws and we have a 2 and a 3, so obviously this is 1. So you have 1, you have 2, you have 3 marked on your jaws. If you line them up, you can see they're in sequence for the most part. They're not all the same. They are different for a reason. So you want to turn this until you see the very outer edge of the scroll, the opening of the threads, as you would call it. Just take your number 1 and install it like so. But first we're going to put more lube than we need, because why not? We're right at the beginning, we're right at the opening of that first spline. So we back it off a little bit, walk our jaw in, rotate it forward a little bit so we now know it's seated. Now watch over here, our number 2 mark. We keep going. Same thing. We have the very beginning of that spline. So, same deal. Might have to back it off just a hair out of sight. This slip in. This was number 2, right? Yep. Never hurts to double check. You see it fell right in. Spin a little bit and we're locked in. So we'll keep going to number 3. See, we overshot it, so back it off a little bit. Put her in like so. Again, these are internal jaws. And begin to spin. See how it just fell right in. It's gonna take a while. And we're done. So guys, I hope you found this video at least somewhat informative in the fact that you really have nothing to worry about when taking one of these things apart to clean it. They're incredibly simple, and the hardest part you're likely going to run into is getting the scroll to fall back onto its race. So the next video, at least I think, is pretty interesting, even though it's nothing extraordinary or new to even the most novice lathe operator. But until then guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.